No, actually,
Yes,
would have
now.
been the same. He would have probably, he would actually
Probably
have
he
been
would
laid
have
back.
been the case study.
He would have actually been laid back if he had smoked. He won't have all this small that
Would he be chill?
He would be so chill. He would just be chilling.
No, are you saying that everybody has
The same reaction to it?
the same reaction?
Most of the time, you're actually not running. You're not actually not losing it. Most of the time, you're actually chilling.
See, me, I've smoked so much that I'm just
Chilling.
me. I'm just me, and either ways, I'll still
So
be
you-
like this. But
Then why are you still smoking?
me? Have we started?
Trust me, you feel
It's actually a good one.
You
Let me
actually
just
feel
start.
like you're actually still yourself. But the truth is, you're more relaxed than you are when you have not smoked.
Okay,
Mm.
You
you can
definitely-
move this mic a little bit closer to you.
All right.
Yeah.
You'll definitely be more relaxed. There's no way. It will have an effect on you.
It does have an effect. I mean, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
I know when I'm high and when I'm not high. But I say the behavioral aspects
it
of
doesn't-
it,
Yeah.
the way it affects like my behavior, the way it affected my behavior when I started
It's different.
is different. So I have like
More control.
not control. I have a balanced level. Like, okay, because for me when I started smoking, I was a very shy person before I started smoking. I was shy. I am still shy, but I can vocalize.
it.
I can handle my shyness now.
Why is it that? Anyway, we are going to get to that. I think with that, we should just start talking about this thing.
Yep.
You know, because
I'm trying to
okay, we started.
We have started.
So, okay,
We can do the video later.
Actually, I was going with the flow because I just be sweeter.
Yeah, so the Evergreen raging legacy. Weed. Igbo, poly,
Do you mean grass?
grass.
You mean the green grass?
Green, well, it depends on the grass you're talking about.
High grade.
That's what we want to talk about. But there's a challenge. The challenge we say we don't want to talk about weed as weed. We want to talk about the individuals that use the weed. Is use the right word? Okay, let me use that word. The individuals that use the weed. We want to know the pedigree of the users and the non-users. Also, we want to know whether those where they smoke weed that they use juju, whether na clear eye that they use smoke the weed, or what exactly is it about this weed thing?
What was weed
So,
about?
First question. Kachi, you dey smoke weed?
Yes.
Anu,
It could be.
you dey smoke weed?
No, I don't.
And can you get closer to the mic so that they hear you well?
No, I don't. That could be.
Okay, you don't. Jive, do you smoke
Yes,
weed?
Uncle B. Yes, I smoke weed.
Okay. So, Kachi, do you really smoke weed? Really?
To speak the truth, I would not call myself a professional smoker,
Wow.
but I do.
Professional smoker. What? Okay. Before we get to explaining professional or non-professional smoker, how did you start? When did you start smoking this weed? When and how?
I started smoking weed in 2014.
2014.
That's about 8 years now.
8 years.
Wow.
Man, that's a truckload of weed.
A lot of weed.
Literally.
2014. Okay, and you want to say how old you were then?
I was 16.
16.
I was 16 when I picked my first blunt.
Who wrapped it for you? Person rapper? You rapper, right?
Somebody rolled it for me, but it was not pressure that made me start smoking weed.
Okay, you were
It wasn't-
interested.
It's a short story.
Okay, let's hear it.
Okay.
30 seconds. Shoot.
Okay, so I had times when I had friends that were always telling me, "Oh, come and smoke, come and smoke, come and smoke,"
Yeah.
and I always said no. And then one day, I wrote post jam.
Yeah.
That day, I wrote post jam in Illinois, and I had not studied. I had studied, but I wasn't studying like every other person that was studying to write exams in Illinois.
Yeah.
And I had my setbacks in maybe in jam and other things.
Yeah.
So that day it was more of me just saying, you know what, just gonna do this exam, whatever comes out, you move.
Yeah.
And then after the exams, I went back to the hostel, and everybody, because I was staying in a friend's hostel,
Yeah.
and then every other person that wrote the exams with me, well, they were already checking their results, because post-exam results comes out the same day, almost immediately after I write your exams. So everybody was checking their own results, and they were getting 60%, 70%, and I checked my own result, and I didn't see anything. No results. And then my friend is there telling
your
me,
name was there, but there was no result.
yeah, no, like result had not yet been uploaded or something.
Okay,
There was no results.
Yeah.
And then my friend kept on telling me, I see your live now. Everybody they read, you know, read. Now they don't do exam. You failed so badly that they can't even show you your results. Like, they feel so badly that they can't even show you your results. And then I was sad, you know, thinking. And then almost to the end of the night, like around 7 p.m.
Yeah.
I checked again, and I said I had it's 5%. I just went back to that room. I told them, please roll that joint for me. Like go in and they smoke. Give me. So they rolled it and they gave it to me. Yes.
That was the first time, yeah?
Yeah, that was it. And
okay.
Somehow I found myself smoking.
Interesting.
But the thing is, did you get addicted to it, or it was like okay.
No, I did not get. Actually, Kush is not exactly addictive. It's just in your head. It's not. I don't think it is addictive.
Rewind.
Kush
is not addictive.
It is in your head.
It is in your head.
I feel
Explain
it is in your head. In the sense that if you're actually put in a situation where you do not get weed for a long time, nothing will happen to you. You won't start scratching your body.
There's no physical addiction.
There's nothing.
Weed.
You won't start scratching your body. You won't start vomiting.
There's only a
you won't lose
addiction.
it. There's nothing. It's just in your head that I need to smoke it. Go
just the way you
based on
to,
pressure.
Like a drink. Or
but isn't that addiction?
Well, I mean,
you don't suffer anything if you do not see weed to smoke. I feel if you do not see weed to smoke, you won't.
Just hold on a second. Anu, you're a non-smoker of weed.
I'm amazed.
Yeah, so please, can you? This mic, I wish I could get it closer to you, but I need to understand something. She's saying that it is not an addiction. What do you think?
There has to be a middle line. I mean, she's saying I feel there's only one or two ways to it. And I feel like if you're not addicted, you're not addicted. And if you're addicted, you're addicted. So, but you can control the level of addiction to a minimum range.
There I have a fault in that statement because addiction is because you cannot control.
Yes.
I mean, addiction is because you cannot control.
Okay, so let's have an example now. I traveled to a particular country where they don't allow weed or it's a sin or something, and I have to be there for the next 2 months. I had a friend that told me that whenever he's traveling to a particular country, he doesn't take weed for that, and he's a mad smoker.
Okay, you know what? For that part, I think you should chill because you're not a weed smoker. So you will not know how they survived that period.
Okay.
So for that part, just I think you should.
Okay.
But how do you see weed smokers? Because some people they will tell you say, there's no way they smoke weed. They're not normal. It's difficult for them to interact. Once they know someone is a weed smoker, they hardly want to interact with such people. Are you one of those?
Yes, yes, I am. I'm not the judgy type, but I just feel like there's a limit to which I can communicate with you if you're smoking. It just makes me feel okay. I don't judge you, but I don't want to express fully with you. So I'm just I'm in between.
But Jack, isn't that judging?
Yeah, I feel like that's judging. I feel like you're doing that because you have certain
reservation
perception about a weed smoker, like what their abilities are, or what they can do, or how they think. You have certain preset mindsets on the kind of people they are, and that is why you are limiting your interaction with them. I think if you are not judging, you will see them as normal human beings like you, and you'll be able to interact with them to the full extent of which their relationship can go.
Okay. But it's not like I'm not interacting with them. It's just that I just feel, okay, if you're smoking, is that you're in another cloud that I'm not? So you might not be able to reason on the same level that I'm reasoning at that particular time.
Well, you haven't smoked weed,
Exactly.
so
That's
why do you
judging.
have that?
No,
Why do you have that
generally.
understanding?
Okay, I mean, we read and we have information like almost everywhere, and internet and the likes, and there are advantages or benefits of taking weed and disadvantages as well. I mean, there's a medical part that says that weed is healthy. I mean, to a level, you can take weed. It's good for cold. It's good for different. It's good for some disease or ills. Helps you heal up with some things. But there's a level at which you will take it, which I feel will start affecting you.
Have you gotten married before?
No, I haven't.
Can you advise a married couple?
Oh, both of them are smoking.
No, married couple about marriage.
Oh, to a limit, to a level. Yes, I can.
To what
a
level?
To a level of let's say for an example, I'm not married, but I've lived with people that are married and their marriage was successful. I've lived with people that I had relationships and it was really good, and I've learned from them over time. So I'm not in it, but I've learned about it. I've seen people.
And all their marriages are the same.
No. That's why I said it depends on, okay, maybe something is wrong with that particular relationship and you're like, okay, what do you think about this? Or what's the advice you're going to give to this person? I'm going to say, okay, based on the knowledge I have, I've read, I've seen, I've listened to people and I've lived with people practically, so I can actually say that I think this is the best way. And then the word of God is there to guide us as well. So I can say, okay,
so you don't think experience is important? Personal experience.
It is important, but does that mean everybody really learns from personal experience?
I think for something like weed, if you haven't smoked weed, you can never really tell how a weed smoker feels. I don't know.
That's true.
I don't know.
You're correct.
Yeah, so if that is correct, why will you want to say you do not want to interact with someone while the person is engaging in the smoking?
I didn't say.
Or
Okay, so
the person is
at that period in time, when I mean engaging now, does that mean I don't want to have communications with them? Conversations rather.
Yeah.
I do. I mean, I have friends that I've entered into places where people are taking weed and then we hang out, we talk, and then does that mean I'm not going to talk at that moment or have conversation? I'm going to. I'm just saying that there's certain things I would not want to discuss at that particular, because I just feel like in your chilling mood, in your relaxed state of mind.
But do you feel like you're better than them?
No, I mean, everybody has what they with their preference. So why would I? No, I don't. That's why I said I'm not judging. That's why I said it's just. I feel like at that moment you're relaxed, just like you're taking alcohol. And I feel like if you're taking alcohol to a level, I just feel you're in a kind of chilly mood where they should not disturb you at that moment. So serious matters might not want to come on the table.
Hey.
That's what I.
She's actually a good person to smoke with besides. She won't stress you. She will not stress
But she said something. She said serious matters should not be discussed with someone smoking weed.
Mm-mm.
I think
At that moment, no, I just said
at that moment.
they're in their chilling mood. Like you don't want to stress
is that
them.
correct?
You don't want to stress them at that moment.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
that's actually the best.
I smoke weed, and I know for a fact that I smoke weed and I also meditate. So I get similar benefits from both, meaning that it puts me in a relaxed state of mind where I'm able to examine things like with a more precise what's it called? With a more precise
profound critical thinking.
You understand? And I'm able to tackle problems like head on. So I would say come to me with your problems or with your serious talk when I'm high.
All right, that's taken. I mean, she said that also well. That I mean, from there she could.
Okay, so where did you get that understanding or that bias? That's when they are
so I think
I
said something that is not still well understood. I said in my own from my own side of the view, I feel like okay, when people are chilling, they are chilling. But there's still this other part that says that when people are taking weed or when a drunkard is drunk, that's when they tell you the truth. I can remember very well that I read that saying, I don't know if you've read that.
Okay.
That's saying that when someone is drunk to a level or when they are very high to a level, I mean, they can tell you the truth or
Okay.
ask them the
Okay,
truth. They will
check
tell
this
you.
out now. Jive, when did you start smoking? And where?
I started smoking weed in school. 2009.
Hey!
Just look at.
My wife.
That is a whole 13 years. Ooh, a whole 13 years. How old am I?
I actually, funny story here, quick story. I actually grew up in an environment where a lot of people smoke weed.
Yeah.
And that was supposed to be a deterrent for me because of the way I grew up. Weed smokers were labeled as bad people. Like, I literally saw someone that smokes weed as the devil himself. So I did not
take off.
I did not
why?
use to,
Why did you see the person as the devil? Is it because of what you've been told or what you saw?
is
Or
what
something happening?
I saw nothing. It's because of what I've been told. And because I grew up in Mushin, majority of the people that smoke weed then are area boys.
Yeah.
But the fact is that they are area boys nonetheless. Whether they smoke weed or not. The weed has nothing to do with their character.
Pedigree.
It is just the way they are. The weed smoking is just another thing that they do. It's just like saying, oh, because an area boy drinks water, or because an area boy drinks a particular soda. Let me not say water, because water is.
Okay, make a put on this way now. Person where they work for bank,
yeah,
they drink alcohol.
yeah.
Area boy, they drink alcohol. So does that mean that person where they work for bank, na area boy?
Exactly.
Person where they work for bank, feel they smoke weed.
Yeah.
Area boy, they smoke weed. Does that mean that the person where they work for bank, na area boy?
So I was unable to differentiate this growing up because they were really demonized. So I stayed away from it. But going to school and then growing up and listening to music, rap music was music was my avenue into was my gateway into smoking weed. I learned a lot about it. I fancied it, I fantasized about it, and then I spent 1 year looking for it before I actually got my first blunt. I spent 1 year looking, like I was actively looking for it. Please, where will I see it?
Please, at this time when you were looking for weed, where were you staying? Like, where were you living?
I was in school. I was in uni. Ife.
And you did not see though.
I mean, that's to show that that's to show that I wasn't around that kind of crowd.
Oh.
So it wasn't.
I understand.
So I was the first person in my clique of friends to go and look for weed and bring it. Like,
so you went looking for the weed.
like,
wow,
we can smoke weed too
in the environment.
Yeah, I was one that went to bring it. And I know that I influenced a lot of people to smoke weed.
I actually had it in the environment for a very long time before I went looking for it. It's not like it was almost about immediately.
So is it possible that your folks, the people around you were not the kind of people that would buy into the weed thing? So that was what held you down for a while? Or?
No, I was staying on my own, and I had friends. All my friends were smokers. All the friends I studied university.
Which kind of friends did they even get?
See, let me explain here. Ilorin is a place where it's a place close to the north, and the northerners are very smokers.
Very close, yeah.
And they are very close by. But not just that. Ilorin as a place, Kwara State has the biggest, had at that time, I think it still had at that time the biggest pharmaceutical company in West Africa. So it means you have access to drugs like almost immediately. And because the biggest pharmaceutical company in West Africa, it means you can buy anything with your pocket money. It means you can access anything at the least.
So what they were thinking wasn't just weed.
Oh no, they weren't taking just food. They're taking a whole lot of things. But the one that I picked to decide to start taking on my own was Kush. And then Kush was everywhere in Ilorin. You have hostels where there are two dealers in one hostel. You have hostels where there's,
Man.
but every hostel, at least every hostel had one or two dealers. There was always somebody. There was always somebody around that can provide you with weed. And well, in my own case, I had like 2 years. I spent like 2 years with people telling me, "Oh, come and do this, come and do this." I always had people every day, day in, day out. But I was not just interested. The day I decided that I wanted to smoke it, bro.
Yeah.
I went and told them to roll up for me. And everybody was able doing
If you born pikin today,
Okay.
your pikin tell you say I want dey smoke weed, wetin you go tell am?
To be honest, I would actually take my time to first think about how much time I've spent, like not how much time, but then more like how much I know about this child and how the child handles situations.
Whether
If
pikin go fit handle
am or not, if you can handle it, please smoke weed. We'll smoke weed together. If you can handle it, no problem. But if I see that, or if I feel like if you start smoking, you will lose it. Or if you start smoking, you might. In fact, the main reason why children lose it or children, start misbehaving after they start smoking is because they can't do it at home. So because you cannot smoke in your house, that is the actual reason why you are joining that bad gang where you can go and smoke. Because you're running away from.
Something.
I'm listening.
Joining the bad gang so that you can go and smoke. So it means say that smoking is it that it's only available with the bad gang?
It is available with the bad gang when you cannot do it at home. Because if I had good friends, the way the Nigerian mentality is now, for everybody, for them to say that their home is a good home, that means you are living by the stereotype or by the whatever that they already arranged from the beginning.
Wait, sorry, give me a second. When I mentioned getting the weed only from bad gang, she mentioned she nodded her head.
That's her own opinion.
So what's your opinion about that?
Okay, I just feel if your parents are not smokers, if your parents are not smokers, then I don't think you have smokes or weed laying around in your family or your house.
Okay, you now, your pikin come meet you, tell you say, I don't dey smoke weed though. What's your reaction?
Where did you get it from? I'm not going to start screaming at you. First of all, I'll say
talk the truth.
No, to be very truthful.
They will start screaming.
It's bring it down.
It's not to bring it down first. It's first. I'll first sit down and say, "You're smoking weed. All right. You're smoking weed. No problem. But sit down. Let's have a conversation. When did you start? How did you start? Where did you go to? Who did you like? The way I will bombard that with question. After bombarding that question, collect all my research. Maybe I did research back. Collect all the information. Or you go back to God and say, God, I tried when you give me. I said, God. Naja, you give me no problem. Please tell me what to do. Teach me how to go about it to be able to solve it. Then after doing the God part, then I'll go online, then search, read, and see what I can do. Then go around our friends, ask some few questions, then come back to us.
In other words, you try to make the child stop
smoking.
Okay.
I wouldn't take it.
You will not want the child.
No, not my child. No, not at all.
So I have something to say about the bad gang relation thing.
Yes.
So because society.
Sorry, before you continue with that, you go allow your pikin smoke.
Yes, my child. I see myself as just a vessel and a guide for that child. I don't believe any human being belongs to anybody. So I will do my best to guide the child in the way that I know, and the child is free to make his decisions. Apart from that. The bad gang relation thing, society is against smoking weed. I mean, it is outlawed in Nigeria.
Yeah.
So ordinarily, smoking weed makes you a criminal in Nigerian law.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no how. Since it is not accepted by society, it's will only be found amongst rebels with rebellious minds.
Yeah.
People that go against societal norms. And that's where the old bad gang mix comes out. It does not necessarily mean that they are bad people or they like doing other bad things. It's just because society has labeled this particular thing as bad. If society saw it differently, then you would actually see within other spaces apart from amongst bad people.
So are you saying that, are you wishing that the society should accept?
Yes, most definitely. As a matter of fact, when I started smoking weed, because of the sharp realization of, wow, what? So this is what they've been saying is so terrible. Because of that flip, being lied to all my life growing up, I actually became an advocate for weed when I was in school. Like, people knew me, like I was synonymous with weed. I was, I mean,
100 level, yes.
yeah, for
100 level.
Oh.
I told
Wait,
people,
you just enter school. For the fact that you wrote post jam and you collected one block, then 100 level, I guess.
at least I still made it to year. I still made it to year 2 before I started. But ultimately, I mean, I wanted other people to see the light that I saw. That, oh, it's not so bad. It's actually, I made a lot of research. It's actually good for this. If you are struggling with this, it can help you with this. It can help you with that. I mean, and like with any other thing, let me finish, please.
Yeah.
Uncle B. Like with any other thing, controlled excesses is what's bad. There's nothing that you do in this life. If you do too much of it, you will get negative results from it.
Okay. With what they've said, okay. How much of have you done any research about this?
Okay, so I've not really gone in depth, but like just doing some little. What is even this weed thing?
So is it bad from your research?
Okay, no.
You
It's
never
not totally no. From what I've seen, there is the health benefits, which means that
And you don't want your child to be healthy.
No, there are other means for my child to be healthy. Not true, weed, please.
No,
You won't say that. You won't say that to the 7-year-old epileptic kid that had 7 years of constant epilepsy that was saved with. There was no other means to save that child.
My dear.
Okay.
When the time comes, if that's your only option, please, I beg you, take it.
Take it.
Don't stress
If that's your only
your child.
option,
Okay.
Thank you.
it's not going to go to hell.
But
They now sound like. Wait, but that's another thing. From your personal, how will I put it? Understanding of weed so far. Do you think weed smokers are going to hell?
no, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Yes.
So that means it's something they can keep doing.
Okay, so to me, I feel like
It's as if a bird just flew past at that second. You know what I mean?
You better not say it.
I want to go back to the word. Since you asked me from the Christian perspective, I want to go back to the word and answer you from the
I didn't say from the Christian perspective,
okay,
but that's
so
what you think. That's what.
To hell is with
Not really
Christianity.
Christian.
Religion.
Hell's everywhere now. Okay, so.
Okay, so there's a part of the Bible that says that.
Sharp.
Oh yeah, there's a part of the Bible that says that take wine but don't take it excess.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, I feel like if weed is what is legalized in your country or wherever you are, and then it's for an health benefit, like what she said.
Only for health benefits.
If not for that, I don't see a reason why you should take it. I feel like you're doing yourself bad, wrong.
Can I ask you a question, please?
So many questions.
Everything you take
Uh-huh.
is everything you take beneficial to your health. Everything that you take and do.
Okay, so yeah, I am very conscious of everything I take. So including my including food or anything that I
You just took refined orange. No.
Oh, yeah, that is why I was very conscious and careful when they were giving us drink. If you notice, this is close to what is natural, which is fruit. She gave me more, and she gave me this, and I said, I want this that has a little bit of natural fruit in it.
Are you aware that
That's just me. That's just me.
I'm trying to drive to a point. Are you aware that makeup has negative
Effects on your face?
Yes, that is why you don't keep it for a long time. And that is why you made them. Of the set is off my face.
Exactly. So there is a grey line. There's a grey area.
If you heard me earlier when I said
it doesn't have to be for health.
That's what I said.
You're not making up for health reasons.
Oh, okay, but I'm using it
Maybe
for the
mental
set.
health.
No.
You're making up for recreational use.
Okay, no, I'm
to look
using it.
beautiful.
Okay.
Aesthetics.
Okay.
You understand?
Because I am on set.
For aesthetics.
Okay.
It is a reason other than health. So you cannot say that people should smoke weed only because they want to be healthy.
No, not just. It's only if it is recommended to cure something. That's what I said. I'm not even saying because
Sorry,
they're very, very healthy, you should be using
sorry, please don't say something. There is no good in evil and there is no evil in good. There is no good in evil and there is no evil in good. If the man that smokes weed to cure his leukemia or whatever it is that may be wrong with him does not go to hellfire. If I smoke
only
weed,
once.
if there's no amount of time, they don't put any amount of time to this thing. So long as, excuse me, sir. So long as I do not smoke weed, and after smoking weed, it gives me the driving force to go and steal.
So okay. You are saying
if it's bad, it's bad.
No hell involved. Weed is okay.
It's not about hell. It's not actually about hell for me. I do not believe that smoking makes me a sinner. I also do not believe that smoking makes me any less of anybody else, any other person I see, because I have my own reasons. Because whether I smoke or I don't, in fact, let me not even say whether I smoke or I do not smoke. As I dey smoke, I don't have targets and not miss them. I don't waste time to get to do stuff. I don't misspend. I don't waste my time or my funds. I don't waste resources.
You're more calculated.
I am. It's not actually even because I smoke. As the kind of person I am, I do not waste resources.
It's your nature, yeah.
My mind is set to do certain stuff, and I do it. I cannot be found.
You say you can't look am like say
Should I judge him?
No, I just want to say, are we trying to say there is no disadvantage to this weed?
Of course, if you to weed,
that it's okay to go all around.
It's okay.
And I'm not saying no that it's not okay, but I'm just saying, are we now saying that? Why is the society saying
if you
doesn't have a disadvantage?
The society is saying no to it because they say no to a lot of things. Society says no to everything.
Society says
it's everything no. It's the one that benefits the
society
tax
actually
and the government.
Alcohol that kills the liver.
Thank you very much.
Cigarettes that causes cancer of the mouth, lungs.
Do you know I feel more guilty when I drink than when I smoke? If I was smoking, I'd have had more confidence in my
It can never be about what society says.
It's the truth. You cannot. If you follow society, okay. If you follow, that means okay. So it means that I can be a smoker in Nigeria and be judged, and it will be wrong. I cannot be a smoker in Nigeria, but I can be a smoker in Canada because Canadian society allows smoking. So it means that if I smoke in Canada, I'll go to heaven. But if I smoke in Nigeria, I'll go to fire.
So that means gender is not about society.
It's not. It has nothing to do with them. It's just
personal thing.
It's just about you and. Igbo for one can be stopped whenever. It's you that will determine it. It does not run you mad.
I have a testimony on that.
No, it does not run you mad part. Calm down. That's a personal thing.
I dated a girl.
I know they like put mouths for matter for this table. But it's about
say they make a secret.
Calm down, because you see the thing is anything can make anyone go crazy. It depends on the person's response
Yeah.
To it.
to it.
When-
The person's mental response.
Yeah.
Some people they born 100 children, then they do okay. Some ladies go just born one.
And they will go
PTSD,
crazy.
PPS, PPD.
You understand? They go just say postpartum depression.
PPD.
So my testimony on that, you can stop it anytime.
Whenever you want.
I dated a girl once that she wasn't cool with it. Because I mean all the societal constructs around it.
back.
No. For a fact, I did not smoke for a year.
When
I
she
did
was
it.
there.
Because of her?
Yeah, I did it to
that's-
prove to her that
that
I
you
wasn't
can stay
addicted.
over.
And guess what?
My
Guess
brother.
what? She rolls her own blunt now, calls me, and we're not dating anymore.
No, my
but she
girl.
calls me and sometimes we just chill.
Why
and
does she
smoke
call
together.
you? Anyway, one last question for you.
Okay.
Can you marry
A smoker.
a smoker?
I wouldn't say hell no.
I'm not talking about
No.
cigarettes. I'm talking about
Igbo smoker.
weed. Igbo.
Anything smoking, no. I can't.
You can't marry a smoker.
No, I can't.
Can you marry a drinker?
Drinking is relative. Because I take...
Hello. Can you marry a drinker?
Can I marry a drinker?
Someone that drinks.
That drinks. That's I said drinking is relative.
I'm not saying excessive.
Whether it's one shot,
Just normal.
He drinks.
No, yes.
You can marry someone that drinks.
Okay, you can marry someone that drinks, but you can't marry someone that smokes weed.
Because drinking, for
is
example,
accepted by
It's accepted by
not
society.
because no, but if you just calm down. It's not that. But I went for an event and
The society, you went to the society, continue.
No, we were out to chill and then went for an event and then we had like maybe red wine or champagne to take.
Yeah.
And it's just maybe one glass or something. And that is what it would take in like 1 year. Would I
Okay,
say because
but check
you're
this.
going...
1 year, that's a lie.
No, let's say for an example, like that is the 1 year.
No, I'm just saying that.
You're not a regular drinking
At the same
person.
time, I'm telling you that 1 year, that one no did.
But you know that there are non-regular smokers as well. People that only smoke just one in a year.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
Yes. When I said,
You know,
What I'm just saying is, okay, so it doesn't sit well with me personally,
This is sweet.
smoking and drinking. But to a level, I feel like if you're drinking occasionally,
when you drink that, your occasional drinking, does it make you a little bit woozy?
yes, it makes you feel relaxed.
And I'm not saying relax.
Woozy.
Let's say for an example,
I think you should answer this question. Does it make you woozy?
you mean me?
Yes,
Or the best you ask me, that's what you ask me.
No, what's speaking for you.
Does it make... Yes, of course. It makes me feel a little bit uncomfortable. Why are you coughing, Uncle B?
I need to take.
Oh, yeah, okay, it's fine. You can hold this.
Okay, so it really does. And the person smoking has probably the same effect.
Okay, so the
So
person...
what's the difference between you
Okay,
and
so
the
the person
smoker?
smoking, I can't say for the person how the person smokes. But I can say for the husband I'm going to marry.
Fantastic.
So you asked me a question, can I marry someone that drinks?
You can say for the
And I
husband you're
said-
going to marry. Now, if he's a light smoker, meaning he doesn't smoke too often.
No, I can't marry a smoker.
Oh, so that's just your personal
That's
preference.
just, yes, I can't.
I don't want to go into why.
The reason
If we're going to
is
sleep
long.
here. I think our time is almost here.
I know someone that has been married for 12 years and he smokes in his house and his wife does not know that he's a smoker. She does not, if you tell her that you saw her husband smoking, she will tell you God forbid, she rejects it. And he even smokes in the house.
You see, let's not go into that one. But to me, I believe that's a big problem.
Actually.
For the wife not to know that he's a smoker, then that means there are other things he's talking
What I actually think,
That's the
I think we should try and cut it. I'm so sorry, we'll have to cut it. But before we cut it, but long and short, you see, like I said, I don't really like putting a cap to anything, trying to throw in my opinion or trying to counter anything anybody's saying. I just want us to have that conversation. Now, this is one thing that is clear. Everybody sitting here is the average young man or young lady you will see anywhere, and be able to interact with. So it is clear that weed does not make you who you are. Pikin wey spoil come for us. You take the weed, he spoil before, not be the weed make am spoil. He just take the weed, join the spoiling. He's pikin wey good before. He take the weed, join the good way he be. He go still be who he be. That weed na just enjoyment.
Exactly. That's my point.
Not be me talk I'm still saying it. Not be say person go come dey quote me. And then you are saying, husband smoking weed, no.
Zero.
Child smoking weed, no.
No.
You smoking weed, no. But you getting woozy on alcohol, yes.
No. For me. You said my husband. You asked me a question about my husband.
No,
No, you asked me precisely.
No,
Can you
husband.
accept it or
Can I
not?
accept marrying a man that...
we've spoken about all that. I said then you getting woozy on alcohol.
No.
Yes.
He said no. I said you asked me for my husband. I said for my husband. You said can I marry someone that smokes? I
We
said
finished
no.
all that one now. I'm talking about you now getting woozy on alcohol.
No.
Yes.
He said no. He said no.
So you mean you don't get woozy on alcohol?
No. But then if I go to an event,
Is that where we can press rewind? Does it make you woozy?
You need me? Does it make yes? Of course, it makes me feel a little bit uncomfortable.
I can press it too. She's running already.
Champagne is alcohol. Okay. I understand you. Can you drink or not?
I can drink, but not
Stop.
like I get woozy on it.
Oh, you don't get
I just
woozy.
like I smoke and not get high now.
No, you don't. Okay, so let's say for an example now.
Me like I smoke and not be high now. I can smoke.
Are you saying that? Okay, what you mean woozy? Maybe the word woozy is what's making it
Not
Oh, I should make
Not
it.
drunk.
I didn't say drunk.
Not drunk.
But yes, I can. Oh,
But like you feel that
You feel like you
mo
took
ti mu
something.
ọtí.
no, Kinderevu, yeah, man.
But do you realize that if since you are claiming or since you are on the side that you do not smoke at all or drink at all, do you know that if you taste alcohol, just one sip, you will collect. You will know that.
Of course.
So you feel that first feeling. She has answered you, sir.
She feels woozy.
She used to feel that feeling.
That's
It's
the
not
woozy
woozy.
we are
It's not
talking
woozy.
Okay, to finish up.
No,
Has
level.
alcohol. We're not talking about alcohol,
I'm
but
talking about.
since that's the one we concern you, has alcohol ever made you feel like doing certain things that on a good day you wouldn't have wanted to do at that time?
Okay, so I have not got it.
Hello,
Yes.
yes or no?
No.
I'm not taking alcohol to
Okay. Has weed made you want to do something that on a good day you wouldn't have necessarily done that day or that time?
No. What weed does? No.
Excuse me, sir. What's your answer to that?
Excuse me, sir.
No. Okay, so these are sincere answers.
Yes.
Unfortunately, I don't have a lie detector. So I can't verify those answers. But what I can say is, for whatever you do, whatever you think of doing, always consider, this is what I do. I try to consider 5-10 years after the action. Would I look back and say, yes, that action I took is one I can stand by any day, and decide that it is possible that I will take that action again. That's my own understanding. So it's not about whether I smoke the weed or not smoke the weed, whether I drink or not. Say weed smoke our mouth they black. No black now. Now lipstick they your own.
Please, we can call my makeup artist.
You pink. You no they.
Nah, lipstick.
Okay, now lipstick they your own. Okay. All right, so I guess that's about it. And I wish we can actually talk about some other stuff because you
Please,
guys
next
are
time
very
don't talk about
interesting.
weed. Don't give us 30 minutes, please.
Give us
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Don't give us 30
They
minutes.
call you